Jai Hind and welcome back to the biology class. Last week we discussed about the useful microorganisms. Today we start our topic with the harmful microorganisms. The microorganisms, they may harm us by causing diseases, or they may spoil the food, clothing and the leather. Now children, you must have noticed when you keep any food outside for 1 or 2 days, the brown patches develops upon it. Now these brown patches are nothing but is the microorganisms which are spoiling the food material. The white patches sometimes you must have observed on your leather goods like shoes and the bags, especially during the rainy season. That white patches on these leather materials are nothing but actually the microorganisms which are spoiling your food as well as your other leather materials. Sometimes it develops upon the cloths also, and the cloth also get spoiled. These microorganisms, they are actually causing many diseases in humans, plants and animals. Now these diseases, which are very commonly seen in human beings, caused by these different types of the microorganisms, are given in this table. You can see the bacteria may cause pneumonia, tetanus, tuberculosis, leprosy, cholera, food poisoning, typhoid and diphtheria. The fungi, it may cause skin diseases, food poisoning. Protozoa, it causes malaria, kala azar, amoebic dysentery and gardasil. Viruses, they cause polio, chickenpox, leukemia, AIDS, measles, conjunctivitis, rabies, dengue, hepatitis. And there are many other more diseases which are caused because of these microorganisms. At present, we are facing a problem of corona. That is also because of a microorganism virus. So they are actually very harmful to us by causing diseases as well as because they spoil our food, clothes and different leather materials. Now these are the different microorganisms. The picture is shown. It's a kind of a bacteria, rod-shaped bacteria. This is how the food gets spoiled because of the any of the microorganisms. See the food apple, it's been rotten, spoiled. The brown patches you can see, it is developing upon it. Now another kind of a microorganism, this is a kind of a virus which causes influenza, very similar to the coronavirus. That is becoming a big problem nowadays for us. So one thing you must know, the microorganisms which are responsible for causing any type of the diseases, which is causing any type of the disease, they are called as pathogens or the germs, because they disturb the normal functioning of the body. They attack the different parts of the body, and in that case the body doesn't work properly. So these type of the microorganisms which are responsible for diseases, whether it is in humans, plants or animals, they are called as pathogens. You cannot call children lactobacillus as a pathogen, because lactobacillus is not causing any disease. It is useful to us. So you will call microorganism as a pathogen only to those which are responsible for causing any type of the diseases in plants, animals or humans. So be careful about this, children. Now the diseases actually which are caused in different plants or the animals or in the humans, it can spread by many ways. Either it can be because of the food, water or air, or maybe it can be cuts in the skin or through direct skin contact, or maybe carriers such as mosquitoes and the flies. Now these are the ways by which specifically the microorganisms can cause diseases in human beings because of these different factors. And if you know the reason behind the disease, or if you know the causative microorganisms of any type of the disease, then it becomes very helpful for its prevention and you can take care of these diseases. So any microorganism which causes any diseases, they are called as causative microorganism of that particular disease. Now, diseases can be categorized in two ways. One is communicable, another is non-communicable diseases. Now, we are going to focus upon the communicable disease because these communicable disease are basically because of the spread of microorganisms. The non-communicable disease do not spread from one person to another. But the communicable disease is a kind of a disease which is spread from one person to another by any means, which I have told you earlier also in my previous slide. The different types of the communicable disease which are very commonly seen, they are tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid, malaria, dysentery. And these communicable diseases can be transmitted either with the help of food, water, air, insects, infected body, infected clothes or the utensils. By any means, these diseases can be transmitted from one person to another. The non-communicable disease which cannot be transmitted from one person to another, like diabetes or like any deficiency of any nutrients in a person, that is only concerned with the individual. It cannot be transmitted from one person to another. So they are called as non-communicable disease. But we will not discuss about that. We will focus upon the communicable diseases. Now, different modes of transmission of communicable diseases. How these communicable diseases can be transmitted? Now, it can be transmitted by two ways. Either it can be direct transmission or indirect transmission. Now, direct transmission can be by direct contact. An infection may be caused by direct skin to skin, mucosa to mucosa, or mucosa to skin contact. These are the direct contact where the disease can spread from one person to another. Common example of the diseases which spread because of this direct contact, it can be leprosy, eczema, conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis is a kind of an eye infection where the eye becomes red. Very commonly seen are the diseases which transmit because of the direct contact. Another way that comes in direct transmission is the droplet infection. Now, droplet infection means when you sneeze or you spit or when you speak, the droplets which comes out from your mouth, that may contain many germs, and that germs may spread from one person to another. Nowadays, it has become a very, very common thing. Everyone is wearing the mask because the corona is also a kind of a disease which is spread because of this droplet infection. This is the major concern. This is the major cause. The droplet infection that has to be prevented if you want to prevent yourself from the corona. And because of this reason, nowadays you are wearing the mask and you are maintaining the distance between the two persons. The common disease which can spread because of this droplet infection, whooping cough, tuberculosis. Another way, that is indirect transmission. The disease causing microorganism, they may enter in your body either through the infected food or water, through any carrier such as mosquito, housefly, rat, flea, anything, or through the clothes, towel, handkerchief means the hanky, and the personal utensils of the patients, or through dirty hands or dirty utensils, unwashed fruits and vegetables. These are the indirect way of transmission of diseases, where the person is not in direct contact of a patient, but indirectly the microorganisms are being transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person because of these reasons. If you take contaminated food or water, microorganisms may transmit, or the microorganisms may be carried by the mosquitoes or the houseflies. That is why it is always being said, do not keep your food open. If the houseflies sit upon it, they may transfer the microorganisms. Or if you are using the patient's clothes or the personal things of the patient, the disease may transmit. If you are not washing your hands properly, the utensils are not being washed properly, then also the diseases may transmit. The microbes which are present on these materials, they may get transferred to the healthy person. Now, how the diseases they spread because of the insects. This is the very common way by which indirect transmission takes place. As I told you before also, the houseflies, they are the major cause of this. The houseflies which generally sits upon the excreta or on the garbage. Now the garbage and excreta may contain many microorganisms. When these houseflies sit upon this, the microorganisms stick to their body, and when the same housefly sits upon your food, the microorganism get transferred to your food and food becomes contaminated. And if this food is being consumed by anyone, may get the disease. In the same manner, the cockroaches, they are also the major cause of transmission of the disease. Now, when these microorganisms enter, they may cause the diseases like cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis or diarrhea. These are the diseases which may occur because of the contaminated food and water. So one has to be very careful while taking the food or while drinking the water. The water should be safe and pure, and it should not be contaminated. In the same manner, you should never eat the street food or the food which is not being covered properly or which is being spoiled. These food can cause these type of the diseases, the cholera, the typhoid. These are the very common diseases which are because of this contaminated food and water. A very common disease of malaria, you must have heard many times, children, this name, is caused by another insect that is called as mosquito. The mosquito name is female Anopheles. This female Anopheles mosquito, when sucks the blood of an infected person, then the microorganism which is responsible for causing malaria is protozoan. This protozoan name is Plasmodium. The protozoan gets enter into the mosquito's stomach, and there it multiplies. It multiplies and increases its number. Now when the same mosquito bites any healthy person, then the Plasmodium gets a chance to enter into the healthy body. And this is how the malaria spreads from one person to another. Now one thing I just want to clear, children, here, the carriers, the diseases which are caused because of these carriers, the different types of the insects. Now they are called as carriers because they are carrying the disease causing microorganism from one place to another. But when these carriers carries a specific microorganism, then we call it vector. So the female Anopheles is the vector of the Plasmodium because it is carrying a specific microorganisms. So this, please children, focus upon it, be careful about it. The carriers and the vector, there is a difference. Carriers means they are transmitting or carrying the disease causing microorganisms. It can be any microorganism. But when these carriers carries a specific microorganism, then they become vectors. The another vector is the female Aedes, which is carrying the dengue virus or a vector of a dengue virus. So be careful and focus upon it and be clear about the carriers and the vectors. The housefly and the cockroaches, they are the carriers of different disease causing microorganisms. They are not causing specific disease. They are carriers of many microorganisms which are responsible for the different types of the diseases. Now this is a picture of a housefly which is responsible for transmission of a disease from one place to another. Okay, so this is all for today's class. I hope the topic is clear. Next class we will discuss about the different types of the diseases in animals and in human beings. So by that time, Jai Hind everyone. Thank you.